Hi, I'm Tony Lecantro and I'm at the Low Emissions Conference here in Perth, and I'm joined today by Mr. Vincent Algar from Australian Vanadium.
Hi Tony, how are you?
Not too bad. Now, Australian Vanadium has been one of the stars of the battery metal sector. How can you keep the momentum going?
Tony, there's a lot of things we can do. We are currently finalising a PFS. In September we put out what we call the base case to the market. That gave us a basic framework of what we were going to be doing with this project. It's a fairly big project and it's got a nice long life. And the key things for us is going to be keeping that momentum going on the activity that we develop around the project. So we've got to keep the resource growing. That's a really important thing for me. We've got 11 kilometres of strike. That strike length, we've only touched, the pit we've designed is only 2 kilometres long, so we've got another 6 kilometres to work with within our mining lease. So that's one of the things I want to do. It's been very successful for companies like Pilbara to keep growing their resource and growing their resource, effectively putting them out of touch of anybody else and showing the size and quality. We're very comfortable with the resource. We did put some drill results out a few weeks ago on some additional work we did, where we were upgrading some inferred resources to indicated resources, and the quality was right there. So we're seeing good quality tonnages, and I can do that all the way down that strike. So one of the things we'll do is really keep growing that resource base that we can feed into a longer life model. The PFS base case we put out in September had a mine life of 17 years. We want to push that to 20, 25 years. We know that on an NPV basis, you'll know this as an analyst, on an NPV basis, those years of 23 to 25 don't count much on the NPV, but they do count in the hearts and minds of investors about how long and strong that project can be. The other thing we're looking at doing is strengthening our team. We already have two key people in our team on our owner's side. Daniel Harris, who was helpful recently in closing out the Atlas deal with Reinhardt, and also we've got a guy called Todd Richardson, who's got a very strong vanadium background. These two guys collectively have been working in vanadium around the world for the last 40 years, and they know their business. They've been inside those plants in Africa, in the US, and in Russia. So strengthening our owners team is one of the things we'll be doing, and that'll help us deliver a high quality product into next year.
Yeah, the vanadium price has been on a bit of a tear. I note that the prices of lithium and cobalt come under some pressure, but vanadium seems to have gone the other way. So when do you think you can move this project into production? When are you looking at it?
So look, we've got to finish. We've got a couple of things we've got to do. We've got to move through the PFS, finalising a detailed 25 plus or minus 25% study this December. And then into next year we'll be commencing the DFS and pushing it through. Looks good on the basis of our earlier numbers, so we'll carry on. So the lead time items and the environmental approval will be the things that hold everyone up. But we're very encouraged by what the state government's doing in terms of approval pathways right now. So we've seen the 2 lithium projects and in the Pilbara, and the lithium hydroxide refineries approved in very, very short space of time.
Yeah.
So our timeline is to get that down to 12 to 18 months of approval from the time we start the DFS, which should put us into late 20 to start construction. So effectively early 21, I'd say, would be a realistic date. Now, your next question is, will the vanadium price hold up that long? And this comes down to 2 fundamentals of the vanadium price right now. One is that the vanadium price is being driven by a fundamental change of demand inside China for the quality and the specific consumption of vanadium in their steel. So they've shifted that. They've also dismissed any thought of using polluted vanadium, or vanadium comes from polluted sources such as stone coal, which is one of the reasons that the previous high price in 2004 came off, was the introduction of high cost stone coal. So with the absence of stone coal, with the absence of substitution by niobium, vanadium is pretty much free to push ahead at these prices for a fairly long time, given that there's a serious undersupply in the market for at least the next 5 years. But if that price does start to come down, then the most important thing is going to be, are you operating a mine that is at the lowest part of that cost curve? And that's absolutely where we'll focus on.
And that was shown in your base case?
Yes, absolutely, and then we're pushing on. And then the real kicker, and in particular the focus of this conference, is what does the battery do? Now, to be honest, at today's prices, the battery is quite hard at these vanadium prices, but when the vanadium price comes down to around the $10 mark or the $15 mark, the battery comes back into play, and it absolutely underpins the future of vanadium in the marketplace, because you end up with a very strong floor for the use of vanadium as a technology metal in the vanadium battery. And that's where we think we want to be able to, we can really be there for a long period of time in that range of $10 to $15 for the time of production of this project.
And that provides a handy margin?
Absolutely, and you'll be looking at, because vanadium has scope to be involved in things like high use alloys such as titanium alloys, which are used in turbine blades, longer term contracts, vanadium in steel, which will be the spot market if you like, and then people in the vanadium battery space which will be using it either as cathode material in the future or in the vanadium redox flow battery space where it'll be more of a floor price to take volume. But either way, you've got a diversification of the vanadium market and support for multiple projects such as ours.
Okay, sounds like exciting times ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.